Yeah, Carl, just first question would be, 4 games, probably one of the most ridiculous games of the season as a score line goes. What were your sort of initial read on that sort of game?
Yeah, look, it's disappointed a little bit to come away with a point, having scored 4 goals away from home and created numerous attempts at goal that we should have maybe had a few more, but showed great resilience, to concede a goal in the 95th and to get one back again after that. That showed great resilience from the playing group. So very proud of them to go back and get that equaliser. Because a lot of teams could have fallen over after that. Yeah, it's I think that's our second 4-4 draw this year. But I suppose the difference is we've got the point at the end and not given it away.
Yeah, and I mean, like you just said, it's your second 4-4 draw of the season. It's not the only 2 games this year that Adelaide have been involved in that have just been absolutely crazy. What is it about your team, do you think, and these sort of blockbuster matches that they seem to keep constantly getting into?
Yeah, look, I suppose it's just the type of football that we play. It's sort of becomes a bit of an open game, and we're happy with that. That's why we want to play. We want to play entertaining football, and I'm sure everyone that went away tonight and enjoyed the game, and that's what we want to do. We want to put on a good performance, and I thought for the majority of it tonight we did. We just need to tighten up our defence at times, and it's sort of cost us quite a few points this year.
Nestori Erinkunda, have you run out of superlatives for him yet?
Yeah, look, he's he showed tonight that he scored that goal, but provided quite a few highlights in his 30 minutes on the pitch tonight. He's look, we all know he's a special talent. It's a matter of him keep working and doing the right things to allow his talent to show like it did tonight.
When he came off the bench second half, it felt like you guys wrestled back momentum and were a better team for the final half an hour. I believe he was sick during the week as well. It must be a testament to his just love of the game and just ability to...
Yeah. He, we played. I think it was last Sunday, and he didn't train with us before we left Adelaide. So we've had a bit of sickness through the camp this week. That's why Lockie Barr wasn't here. He was sick all week as well. So it's a testament to the whole group, not just Nesta, that they keep working, and that showed again tonight. They kept working, and have kept. Our goal, is to get into that second position. They've kept it in our hands, so it's going to be a cracking game next Friday night at home.
I'm sure you're obviously disappointed to not come away with a win today, but it must be a lot of positives you can take as well, especially from the mental side, the fact that you can dig deep and get results. Yeah, most definitely.
Perth are a very difficult side to create opportunities against because they get so many numbers behind the ball. But I thought tonight we played quite well and created some really good opportunities. We just need to make sure we, take more of them. And we should have been, we shouldn't have allowed the game to get back to where it got to. We should have been, out of sight.
Just on Nestori, maybe about 5 or so minutes before he scored that goal, I'm not sure if you saw when he got his caution and he was off on the sideline and a ball didn't go his way, or decision or something, and he threw a ball on the pitch down on the ground and kicked a microphone on the side of the pitch. I'm wondering, did you see that moment on the whole?
No, I did. I didn't even know he'd been booked.
Yeah.
So
these are kind of the, I don't know, ill discipline, or the sort of letting his temperament show a little bit in situations like that. Are those kind of things that you're really working on him and trying to...
Yeah, look, it's something that we're still going to remember. He's just turned 17. He's been. I suppose even though he's 17-year-old, there's a lot of pressure on him from everyone. That because of what he can do, and it's important that we don't put too much pressure on the kid and let the kid develop and let him make mistakes, and to become the best player in Australia, because I believe he can be, and it's just a matter of taking time with him and giving him, just keep making sure that he's doing the right things. So yeah, it's going to take time, but we'll see.
Yeah, Carl, with Perth's attacking football, they obviously targeted certain areas of the pitch. They had a lot of traffic going one way, and there was a lot of long balls. Do you think, obviously, given that you've conceded 4 tonight, there was a certain weakness in your game that was exposed?
Yeah, look, it's something that we'd worked on all week because we know they like to play a little bit direct, and we worked on that. But yeah, it was just at times, the first goal we shouldn't be playing offside. And then, a couple of the other goals, it's I suppose something in the league, with a lot of teams, they concede goals with long balls over the top. It's just not us. But we'll just keep working. We'll keep working with our defenders to improve, to prove that, because if we can be a lot tighter at the back, we can give this a good shake.
You've obviously been making a lot of noise this season, and you're in that really intense battle for second place. Are you confident that is something that you can be, talking to the press about next week, about the success you've had and the fact that you'll be sitting there, with home finals on the way? Yeah,
look, it's I suppose the top 4 teams have had great seasons this year. All of us have all been pushing Melbourne City, and it's going to be, I suppose, a great weekend next week when the top 4 play against each other. And all we can do is give it our best shot, and hopefully get the 3 points next week, and we lock up second spot. So that's all we can do. It's still in our hands. So it's going to be a good game because they're an excellent side. Central Coast, they play some good football, and again they'll be playing a little bit direct against us as well, because that's why they play. So it's something that we're going to have to really focus on this week on the short turnaround.
And 18-year-old Johnny Young on his first start, just wondering your opinion of his 65-ish minutes.
I thought he was outstanding. And I said that last week. Johnny is something, again, he's, I think, can go a long way in the game. He's got 2 great feet, takes up great positioning. It's just a little bit of time that we have to spend with him to make sure his body's right. Saw tonight that he, couldn't only play that 60-odd minutes. So, he's, we're very fortunate that we got some really good young kids at the club, and we make sure we give them the right introduction to what it takes to be a professional at the highest level.
You mentioned, the great, bright young players that you've got at the club. We've spoken to you about Nesteri and Johnny, and then, Luka Ivanovic again on the score sheet again, 17 years old as well. What did you make of his performance leading behind you? Yeah,
look, Luka, again, he's just come in this year to the team, so he's still learning his craft, and we're working hard with Luka because he is a natural goal scorer. But there's a lot more to the game that he needs to keep working on, and I thought tonight he gave it a good shift, and scored a goal, that's all you want from your strikers, to score goals. And I'm sure that if he keeps working and listening to the senior boys, that he can go a long way as well.
This is a really important game to lock up second spot hopefully for you, and you've put 2 teenagers in really crucial positions in your front line in the number 10 and at the top. Do you ever have any caution or fear in putting 2 players at that age into a situation like that, or is that just a reflection of the ethos of your club at the moment?
Yeah, it's just a reflection of what we want to be as a club. I'm not, and I think I've done it my whole time at the club. I'm not one that will shuffle players around to players out of position. I will generally, if we've missing a 9, we've got the young kid playing 9, then he comes in, the same as Johnny. Zach's gone out, so Johnny will come in. That's his position. And we back them in and give them that opportunity to. I always say this: young kids will surprise you, and yes, they will make mistakes, but there's a lot of upside. They give you a lot of energy, and at times they play with no fear.
With Adelaide as a club, you've obviously been brewing for a long time as a developing club, and having a lot of these kids come through the system. What does it mean to you personally to finally be that character that can push the club and its ethos to a top 2 spot in the ladder? I mean, it would be huge. Yeah,
most definitely. It's it takes a lot of things to align to get there. And you say we've relied a lot on our younger players this year. They've played big minutes in crucial games as well, and and that won't change while I'm still here at the club. I still want to do that. We've still, and I've said this before, the unfortunate thing for us is we've got some really good young players that are knocking on the door to come into our squad, and not all of them are going to be able to come in because there's not enough spots for them, because you need to have that right balance. So, as I said, next season again we'll be bringing some more young kids in. No worries, thank you.
Cheers.